in quantum mechanics. And actually, quantum mechanics is essential for our daily lives, right? I mean, matter wouldn't be stable without quantum mechanics, right? You certainly couldn't have us without quantum mechanics. But somehow there's an effective description called classical mechanics, which is pretty good in many situations. And you use it when it's good enough, and when it's not good enough, then you need something better.
Yep.
And it's our job to find those situations where you need something better.
And we're actually very fortunate if we go even a little bit further, because we're at the case that there wasn't an effective, say, classical description. If you needed to know fundamental quantum mechanics to even start doing science, it's hard to see how we would have made progress at all. We need to start, with the effective description and then dig deeper and deeper. And thankfully, that's the paradigm and the template that has worked and has gotten us where we are now. So anyway, back to our information paradox story. So now there's some potential non-locality that might be the resolution of how the information of what fell in might somehow be imprinted on this surface, which is where the Hawking radiation emanates from. And so how far can one take that story?
Well, the fundamental problem, of course, is that we had locality for a reason. So if we're going to give up on locality, then we have to explain why we don't see it violated all the time. That's the fundamental problem. Hawking would immediately grant us that if there's massive non-locality,
wouldn't that be a time? Wouldn't that be a shift?
But then he would immediately come back to us and say, "Tell me why you haven't seen it."
When's this ad finished?
As he should. That's exactly the right thing that he should say to us. And so
imagine that. Like, imagine this turn of this reality when New South Wales police force's biggest weapon becomes everything they wanted to destroy. And not only does he have the power of that, he has the power of AI, right? And then contribution from that, he has income. What happens from income then, right? He becomes something, right? What happens then becomes something. Well, then maybe one day Martin Shkreli would invite me to his fucking, I don't know, something interesting. One day it's his 60th birthday, something big in Las Vegas or some shit, or in the big penthouse in New York. Right, and then I get a finally he says my name that isn't followed up with or associated with directing at me, calling me retarded. That'd be nice. Holy shit, that'd be so nice. Right? All because I'm big and successful now. That doesn't matter if you're a cop in real life. Do you think the guy who's in charge of the triad or the mafia or the kingpin of the mob or whatever gives a fuck at the end of the day when the guy that stands in the same room as him in some formality happens to just be a police officer? That doesn't exist, right? That doesn't exist in the real world, unfortunately. And if you apply for them like any other job. That's an opportunity for everyone. You don't think about that to have well, hey, now I'm set for life.
The main goal of my professional career for the last 10 to 12 years has...
Motherfuckers get busted with a bloody bag and turn, homie. They'll fumble the entire